Ladies and gentlemen, for the thousands in attendance and for the millions watching at home, DCK Productions proudly brings to you the greatest podcast in the world! The greatest podcast in the world? Suck it. No, you suck it. No, you suck it. No, you suck it. No, you suck it. I appreciate it if you both suck it. Suck it!
Welcome, everybody, to Suck It. I am the great and powerful King of Kings, Prince of all that is awesome. Derek, how the hell is everybody this evening? I hope everybody is having a great freaking start to your week. Monday. What a day. What a great start to the week it's been so far. I'm hoping everybody is having a great week as far, starting off as well. Got a fun-filled, action-packed week for you this week. Tonight, we've got country music star Kimberly Dawn coming on the air. Then tomorrow, we have rap star Chef Sean. And then to Wednesday, we have another rap star by the name of John Doe. And then Thursday and Friday is a double header with two stars from the upcoming movie Mighty Oak. We've got Gianna Harris on Thursday, and then the guy who plays her father in the movie, Rodney Hicks, on Friday. So got a fun-filled, action-packed week for you guys this week. Also, for those of you who are watching on Facebook right now, this will be the last week for Facebook going forward. If you want to catch us, we're going to be on Twitch only and Twitch exclusively. So please check us out there. So we appreciate all the, the views and follows on Facebook. However, it's time to be exclusive to Twitch. So as of Friday, that will be the last day. Speaking of Friday, we have a giveaway going on Friday from one of our sponsors, Manscaped. We're on Friday in the Twitch chat only. We are giving away a free Perfect Package 3.0, which includes the Lawnmower 3.0. It also includes the ball toner. It includes ball deodorant, and a really, really sleek, stylish leather carrying case. It's a $99 value, and I'm giving it away for free on Friday during the Rodney Hicks interview in the Twitch chat only. So please log in, comment on the Twitch chat. And then on Friday, we will go ahead and give away that awesome prize. So again, for those of you who are just now joining us on Facebook, I can see a few of you out there. This will be the last week for Facebook. Next week, it is exclusive to Twitch. So please follow us at DCK Productions on Twitch. And that will get us going. So while we're waiting for our guest this evening, let's go ahead and have a little bit of fun. So today I was at the doctor, right? And, I'm 39 and I shouldn't feel this way. However, I really fucking do sometimes. And today was one of those days. And so I was sitting in the doctor's office and they were listening to a classic rock station. But I didn't realize it at first. And I was sitting there going, oh, Metallica's Unforgiven is on. I'm like, oh, cool. Whatever they're listening to is a great station. Cool. However, it became a realization that it was a a classic rock station. So I was like, holy shit, you know, albums released 30 years ago. So it's like, wow. So now the music that I grew up on as a kid, you know, I was 9, 10, 11 years old at the time. So in 1990, now 30 years ago, you know, Metallica's freaking, you know, Black Album's considered classic rock. When did this happen? When exactly did, you know, now I get, you know, Ride the Lightning and, you know, Master of Puppets and Kill 'Em All and stuff like that. I get that. But Gray Sofa, how you doing, buddy? But fucking the Black Album, that's considered classic fucking rock. What the fuck? That just, you know, drives me up the fucking wall. So I figured, you know what? Let's have a little bit of fun with that. So, albums released in 1990, 30 years ago, that are now considered classic rock. So first off, we've got Anthrax with The Persistence of Time, which is a good album. Then we've got the Black Crowes, Shake Your Moneymaker, another good one. Danzig with Danzig 2, Lucifage was a decent album, not that great. Alice in Chains released one of their first albums. I think it was their first album, Facelift. So freaking Alice in Chains is 30 years old. Alice in Chains is 30 years old. I know. Gray Sofa, I feel you, dude. That makes me want to cry too. Living Color, Time's Up, that had Cult of Personality on it. So Cult of Personality is 30 fucking years old. Yeah, we are old. Holy shit. Let's see here. I'm trying to think here. What else came out that year? Okay. Now I feel fucking old. Pantera's Cowboys from Hell came out in 1990. 30 years ago, Pantera's Cowboys from Hell came to light. 30 years. So Cowboys from Hell, one of the fucking greatest metal albums of all time, is now considered classic rock. Yeah, I'm gonna go upstairs and rot in my fucking bed apparently, because this shit is just getting crazy. That I can't even believe that. And here we go. Warrant Cherry Pie. Yeah, walk. Yeah, walking makes my joints hurt too. Yeah, but Warrant Cherry Pie was released in 1990. So I mean, there was a lot of good stuff released in 1990. I mean, In Flames, the band In Flames, still around today, formed in 1990. Tool formed in 1990. Where has the time gone? Like, seriously. Music today, you know, I'm still trying to gain my bearings here after seeing some of these albums that were released that long ago. Bon Jovi, Blaze of Glory, you know, just craziness how long ago it was, you know. Yep. Well, Tool, I stopped liking Tool in the 90s, to be totally honest with you. Tool is never my thing. I don't know why. I'm not a big Maynard fan. He's decent, but he's too, in my opinion, too arrogant and cocky. I remember watching them. I think it was in 2001. I went to go see Tool. This was back when I was living in Orlando. I saw him at the Orlando Arena or Amway Center or TD Waterhouse, whatever it was called at the time. I can't remember. But anyway, it was the weirdest show ever. They had fucking like these contortionists and acrobats and all this weird shit going on stage. And behind the drummer, Maynard was standing is silhouette style, turned away from the audience, and his back to the crowd. You can only see his silhouette, and that's how he was singing. And Jim Morrison, back in the day, in the 60s, 70s, whatever it was, for the Doors, that's how he used to do it. So you saw that shit. So you know exactly, Great Sophie, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It was weird. It was odd. I did not dig it at all. And from that point forward is what made me stop listening to, Tool. So that was like what, 2001, 2000, something like that. But that was some crazy ass shit. It was, yeah. But again, I'm glad that we have what we have today. Some of the music out there today is just insane. Let me email my guest here. We've got Slipknot, we've got all these great bands, Hell Yeah, keeping the legacy of Dimebag and fucking Vinnie Paul alive still today. So, kudos to Chad Gray and, Hell Yeah, guys, that's just amazing. We've got to, keep that kind of shit going. So I definitely give them props. And then what Metallica, we have to have a fist fight. Okay. So how about I log onto your program tonight and then kick your ass again in some in some games. Didn't I beat you last time? I think I did. Or I think it was a combination of the two that, my horrible drawings or, my anal comments that sent me over the edge. But no, we got some, great stuff going on there, and, just never, ever, ever count out what music can be. That's what this show is about. We're about music. We're about movies. We're about life. We're about mental health. We're about everything, and that is one of the coolest things about life is music. And if we don't have music, then we don't survive. Whether it's country music, whether you're a country music fan like we got coming on tonight, whether it's a, metal or rock or whatever the case might be, metal, rock, all of that, it keeps us moving. Music is what drives most of us. It's one of the saving graces for a lot of different people. And, I don't know where I would be today without music. I used to do a lot of cool stuff back in the early 2000s and my early 20s with music and stuff like that. I was a guitarist. I was a singer for a few bands, and I loved every damn second of it. And I miss it, but at the same time, I get to talk about it now, with musicians, with my guest hosts, and my PR agents texting me. We got a lot of cool stuff, with that. And, when I'm having a mental health day or, when I'm having just one of those days at work or because of the podcast, whatever the case might be, take a quick break. Hold on one second, guys. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm having a little technical difficulties with my guests. Just give me 1 second. Don't go nowhere. All right, back on. Everything's cleared up now, so thank you guys for holding out. I appreciate it. My guest is in the green room now, so we'll bring her on in a second. But anyway, I just want to kind of go back to what I was saying. Music is for everybody. Music is for life. Music is for whoever it chooses to be for. Regardless of whether it's, like I said, it's country, rock, whatever. Mental health is important, and for me, music is my gateway to curing my mental health. So I appreciate everybody that comes on the show. Just because, again, I'm a metalhead or a rock guy doesn't mean anything. So and that goes for you guys too. So I appreciate everyone that's watching right now, or to listening in the car tomorrow morning, whatever the case might be. We've got to have that respect for everybody, especially nowadays, because you never know what kind of music or something that's going to pop on your life that's going to mean something to you and have that significant impact on you. So with that being said, I am honored to bring on today's guest, country music star, Kimberly Dawn.
Hello.
Hello. How are you?
So sorry about the technical difficulty. I don't know what was going on.
I don't know either. It's all good. It happens. It's live, internet stuff. It happens. Mean no big deal. So how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Thank you for having me on.
Oh, no, I appreciate you taking the time out of your day to come on and join me today.
This is awesome. Yeah, I'm good. Just like everyone else, just trying to get used to kind of the way the world is right now.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this world, in 6 months' time is completely turned up on its head.
Yeah.
It started in January with whatever happened in January. And then, February, we started hearing about, we started hearing about COVID, and then all of a sudden, then March hit, and then that, and then now we've got Black Lives Matter, and we've got the LGBTQ stuff coming up again. And now we've got the Me Too movement coming back again. It's just like, it feels like, the plague coming back on society, and like, where are we going to go from here? It's a questionable time, and it makes me just kind of go, No,
I'm with you. It is a questionable time, and and it weighs very heavy on me. It weighs heavy on my heart, but that's probably part of the artist in me. I just feel a lot.
Yeah,
I just feel it all.
Yeah, I mean, especially for being a musician, I'm sure you feel it, a lot more than others right now. Being that you're kind of in the limelight, so people kind of look at you for different things, and whatever you post online, your fans kind of grab at. So you got to be really kind of cautious, I guess you could say, about making sure saying the right things, but at the same time, you not being able to. And I know you took a break for a while to become a mom, but even though, going out, doing the touring, or even just going to play a club or whatever the case might be down the road, missing that aspect of things too has got to suck on so many levels.
Oh, it does. I mean, of course I want to be out there playing shows, and I want to be out there singing my songs, and being able to meet the fans and meet people and connect with people, because I love that part of, what I do. But I'm figuring out other ways to connect with people. And a lot of it is really having to really hone in on social media. That's how I'm able to really connect with my fans, to connect with people. Because ultimately I want them to feel like they're connected to me. Because if they feel connected to me, they want to hear what I have to say. They want to listen to my music.
Yes, absolutely. And that's one thing that I noticed about you. When I was researching you and, looking at your Instagram page and stuff like that, all the stuff that you've been posting, live stuff, and you've been really, really active on your Instagram. And I think that is amazing. There's been a lot of time where, I've been researching an artist, or I've been talking to somebody else, or even some of the bands that I love. They've been kind of silent. They've been kind of quiet. They haven't really done much, and they're living off of their legacy. And it's like, guys, you haven't, one of my favorite bands in the world, and I love them to death, and I'll still love them no matter what. Avenged Sevenfold, they, 2 years ago, Matt hurt his vocal cords, and they had to cancel their tour, and they're working on a new album. But during this time or even much last year, I didn't hear from them. We had a new song that came out that had recorded during their last album that they just kind of put out, last minute. But it's like, guys, you've got to stay relevant. And now, especially now, you can be forgotten in a heartbeat.
You're 100% right in that. And listen, I have my moments where I might be a little quieter on social media, just because sometimes I feel like I don't know what to say, so I'm just not going to say anything. But then I have to rein it back in, because I think it's important to still have a voice. And I think it's important to say things and let the world know what you're thinking or how you're feeling about things. The whole Black Lives movement, Black Lives Matter movement, people want to hear what you're thinking about that. You want to feel like you're being supportive in kind of everything that you're doing. And honestly, as an artist, I feel like I love everybody. So I want to feel like I have a voice in what I'm saying. Obviously I want to be careful, because you never want to offend anybody. You never want to say the wrong thing. And that's hard.
It is.
It's hard. And I've also realized I'm not going to make everybody happy. Some people may not like what I say, but anybody who knows me, and I'm talking even from my fans to my family to my best friends, they know everything comes from my heart. So, and I think when people know that, they understand me a little more.
Exactly. I mean, especially now, like I was just saying, we've got the, speak out or, Me Too movement, whatever you want to call it now. And then, they've got the Black Lives Matter. And then, we had some LGBTQ stuff that's been happening this month, Pride Month. And then, that great, Supreme Court decision and stuff like that. And it's just like, I remember, back at the beginning of the month, I had one of the directors for the National LGBTQ Task Force on as an interview. And that was the day that they actually made the Supreme Court ruling that you can no longer get fired for, for being gay. And that was a huge historical day. And I want to be able to talk to her about it. But at the same time, it's like, we have this Black Lives Matter stuff going on too. So how can I celebrate one? And it was very, very touch and go. And now it's like, we got three things going on, plus add COVID on top of that. It's like, what do I post? I mean, it's like, it's hard. It's really, really hard.
It is. But I think, being able to touch on a little bit of each thing, like I was talking to one of my girlfriends, and, a lot of people are like, what's COVID? You don't hear as much about it, but now the cases are skyrocketing. So now it's kind of in the media again. Here in California, I know that they're talking about now wanting to shut down bars and all kinds of places because it's been on the rise. Well, then you have Black Lives Matter, and you got to keep, people need to keep posting about it. Like I have a friend, she said, you know what, every week I'm still going to post a couple things about it, because it's something that we don't want people to forget about. It needs to still be in the forefront, just like what's going on in the LGBT community. We want to make sure that that it stays relevant, because it's important, because it is relevant, right?
Wholeheartedly agree with you on that. I mean, and the thing about it is, with somebody like yourself, or even me with, being even I'm small, I'm only 7,000 listeners, a day, and, a couple thousand on views. So, I mean, I'm getting about 10,000 a day, but nowhere close to what you're getting. And, I've got to be careful about what I say. I got to make sure that I'm, supporting everybody and doing the right things. And I got to make sure that, I'm keeping them engaged by doing the right things, but at the same time, not, I don't want to pick sides, especially when it comes now. Right. Now, I don't want to mean like, Black Lives Matter versus the Blue Lives Matter. Now, I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about, no, I'm saying, I'm making sure my audience knows that, but I don't want to say that I'm more LGBTQ rights or more Black. No, I'm equal across the board, because I'm one of those people that believes, I don't believe the whole all lives matter thing. I believe that before we can have all lives matter, we need to have all lives matter, period. So that's the Black lives, that's the LGBTQ, that's the everything. So, we can't have it. And so that's how I kind of preach it. And it's right now, the Black Lives Matter is what's important. And it's just, it's sad to see some of the stuff right now, especially, with now what's going on with COVID again. I have family in Florida. Florida reported 10,000 new cases of COVID in one day earlier this week.
Wow.
And it's like, and then people go on social media and, well, why do we need to wear masks? Come on, really? And also I need to preach real quick. There's a couple trolls out there. Obviously, there's always trolls everywhere. But now is not the time to be freaking trolling, guys. I understand you like to cause stirs. I understand you like to be assholes on the internet. But now is not the time. We need to be supporting and standing up for each other and not trolling each other. So that was my little piece. I apologize. But anyway,
I agree with you on that.
That's what I was saying. The COVID stuff it's scary because now, everything that opened back up tripled, with what they had before, and now they're closing up again. And it's like, where do we go from here? So with that being said, I mean, where do you see, with the current state of affairs right now, because they said, with the heat and, the summertime, COVID was supposed to go away. Obviously that didn't happen. So where do you see not just music, but where do you see entertainment taking us in the next 6 months? I mean, is it going to all be pay-per-view? Is it all going to be video on demand? I mean, what exactly is it going to be? Internet performances? What exact are your feelings on it? And where would you like to see it go?
Well, listen, I think in the next 6 months, we're still not going to be seeing a lot of, I don't really think venues are going to be opening. Maybe in certain states. I did see something online the other day. There was a country musician who was out singing live, and there was hundreds and hundreds of people in whatever this bar or venue was, and there was no masks. But we know we can't do that kind of stuff right now because that's how it's just going to keep shutting everything else down. If we just give it some time, get through COVID, there will be a vaccine at some point. So I think right now, you know what, there's going to be, yes, a lot of like doing stuff on the internet, doing live shows in your house. I mean, I've done that a lot. I've done Instagram lives where I've gone on and there's a lot of Facebook lives people are doing, just really trying to be relevant that way as much as we can. Entertainment. I mean, I know movies and TV shows are slowly starting to kind of get themselves in gear to kind of start production, but they're going to actually have people on sets that are literally responsible for making sure that COVID rules are followed. So masks, 6 feet apart, even craft services, the way that they're going to do everything is going to change right now. Yep. And it's hard because it's the unknown. It's new for all of us, but we all just need to kind of ride this together because I say this over and over again, we're all in this together. And if we just all would, be patient and just do this together, it's going to be okay. We're all going to be okay. Do I want to get out there and perform? Yes. I recorded an album in January in Nashville. I wanted to go out and promote that. I'm just going to have to think of other creative ways to do it. And I will, because I'm still going to put out music. And like all musicians, they still want to put out music. Movies, production companies still want to put out movies and TV shows. And they'll be able to. They're just going to have to change the way things are done a little bit.
And I totally agree with you. And back about a month ago, I had another country music star on by the name of Josh Gallagher. He was one of the finalists of The Voice.
Yeah.
And he just released his new album back in March, right before COVID hit. And he was, had a tour set up, ready to promote it, and boom, just completely done. So he didn't even have a chance to promote it at all prior to COVID hitting. Mm-hmm. And, there was another band that I talked to about another couple, like 2 weeks ago, a metal band called Arrival of Autumn. And they actually did an album that came out a few months ago too. But what they did was they actually put together they dropped a new single and a new music video, but they socially distanced and released this music video. So nobody was there was just a cameraman and then the and then the person playing the instrument or singing, whatever.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then they just kind of pieced it all together, and it was really cool. It turned out really awesome. And, I mean, so I've seen a lot of cool stuff. I had DJ Kid Capri on Thursday, and he's been doing a lot of cool stuff going on Instagram and stuff like that, just doing live party shows or whatever else the case might be. So I think that is definitely a cool thing to do, especially from, the musician side, because you never know what's going to happen. I've had concert tickets that were supposed to be in March that I'll probably never go get to see now. And it sucks. It does. But, taking the time out of, thinking of new creative ways, for you guys has definitely been really cool to watch on my end. So I definitely give you guys props for that.
And listen, it sucks for artists because musicians, they want to go out. These bands want to go out and perform. Everyone wants to get out and be able to do it. So they feel bad because their fans want to see them, but yet they can't go out and do what they want to do.
Correct. Yeah. I mean, I feel it too, because I'm a stand-up comedian as well. So that rush of adrenaline, being able to tell jokes in front of, it doesn't matter if it's 25 people or 500 people, there's nothing like it. And, and I used to be a musician. Oh, I'm still a musician, but I used to play professionally as well back when I was in my early 20s. I played in front of 10,000 people before, and there's nothing like it. So, I feel what you're feeling, and it sucks, but I'm glad that you've taken that extra step to make sure that your fans are still engaging with you, and you're still engaging with your fans and letting them know, hey, I'm here for you guys. Yeah. And that is awesome. And I do appreciate that.
Thank you.
So with that being said, why don't you, I know you're all geared up and ready to go. Why don't you play for us your new single, Nashville?
I would love to. Okay. There we go. Hanes t-shirt, faded blue jeans. He took me right back like a teenage dream. 90 miles north from that Georgia clay, right back to that summer burning up the place. All night on that Broadway strip, guitar case open with no dollar to tip. All lit up like the neon lights. In 18 years I never felt so high. When I think about Nashville, windows down on your Cadillac, I think about a sunset dripping down the summer sky, sipping on a moonshine I'll never forget. When I think about landslide, and how I build my life around you, I ain't afraid of changing, not a radio station, not a thing from my past about you. When I think about Nashville, I hope you think of me too. Down that golden road with Keith Urban, who wouldn't want to be me? Yeah, that's for certain. Shotgun seats, the T-top off, sun-kissed skin, and we're out getting lost. All night on that Broadway strip, guitar case open with no dollar to tip. All lit up like the neon lights. In 18 years I never felt so high. When I think about Nashville, windows down on your Cadillac, I think about the sunset dripping down the summer sky, sipping on the moonshine I'll never forget. When I think about landslide, and how I build my life around you, I ain't afraid of changing, not a radio station, not a thing from my past about you. When you think about Nashville, I hope you think of me too. Forever, always, the big and small ways, let me love you. When I think about Nashville, Windows down on your Cadillac. I think about a sunset dripping down a summer sky, sipping on a moonshine I'll never forget. When I think about landslide and how I build my life around you, I ain't afraid of changing, not a radio station, not a thing from my past about you. When you think about Nashville, bet you think of me too. Bet you think of me too. Bet you think of me too. Thank you.
Freaking fantastic.
Thank you.
You know, I had a discussion with a rap artist last week, and you know, I am a very judgmental rock guy, and that's never been hidden. You know, I'm very, very judgmental about music and rock, and you know, music in general. And when I can hear, you know, another genre of music that keeps me captivated and wanting a little bit more, it only makes me appreciate that artist for bringing me into it. So what you just did, or, you know, I've listened to a couple of your singles and a couple of your songs, and it's just like, damn, you know, again, I'm not a country person, but listening to you, I can listen to you for hours. So, you know, hats off to you, because you bring, you know, genuineness. We'll just go that way. To your music, I can just hear it, you know, and watching you smile while you were singing was just, you know, frippin' amazing. So again, my hat's off to you. You have just a talent that is unlike most people these days. So my hat's off to you.
Thank you. That means a lot. I really appreciate it. I'm so excited that I got to sing that for you. So thank you.
Yeah, I mean, I was on my way home today from the doctor. I'm like, I got to get her to sing tonight. She's got such a great voice. Because a couple things, you know, going live on Twitch and everything else like that, you know, sometimes I'll get hit with a bot, you know, copyright strike, but you playing live helps prevent that. So thank you very much.
Thank you. No, listen, when I can sing live, I'm so happy to do it right now.
I appreciate that.
It's thrilling to me. So thank you.
Exactly. So now that we got, you know, that kind of stuff out of the way, let's talk about you a little bit. So I know that for a while there, you kind of, you know, you stopped. I don't want to say stopped, but you kind of took a step back from the music business to become a mom and stuff like that. Talk about, you know, your decision to do that, and then what made you finally say, hey, this is what I'm coming back to do.
Well, you know what? Listen, I always knew I wanted to be a mom and have a family, and I did that. But it's kind of like I had all my kids, and then I realized, wait, I want more.
Yeah.
And so it was kind of like that aha moment where I kind of sat back and I thought, what is it that I loved to do before I was a mom, before I was a wife? Because I was somebody else before I was a mom and before I was a wife. And it kind of brought me back to music. So I just honestly, I started taking piano lessons at like 30, and to slowly just kind of figure out where I wanted to go with it. But that took me down a whole nother path. I started writing songs. And that's when I started recording my stuff. And I don't know, it just brought me into a whole nother world, but back to the world that I loved, which was music. So I'm grateful for that.
Yeah, I mean, and you're not the only woman to ever do that. I mean, some men have done it too, but like Adele did it for a while, and she's coming back now. And you know, it's admirable, you know, because it's like, okay, I've had my career, you know, now it's time. I want to have some, you know, do the mom thing, and now I'm going to come back and I'm going to incorporate it all. And I think taking a step back and, you know, definitely having a breath and, you know, kind of revamping your way of thinking kind of helps, you know, the music process as well. So, you know, you may have come back better than ever before because of that. And you came back re-energized and stuff like that. So, I mean, hearing that song, you know, definitely tells me that you're ready to be back out there. And again, my hat's off to you.
And, you know, I think it also took me some time to kind of figure out, you know, I was doing pop music before. So I was kind of in that realm of the pop world. But I always knew country music was just at the heart of me. And I knew that I wanted to do that, but I wasn't living in Nashville. I was in LA, and everyone in LA was like, well, if you want to be a country artist, you need to move to Nashville, And so I just kind of stuck doing what I was doing, which was writing and making my music. But about 4 years ago, I finally said, you know what? I want to do country music. I mean, all of my songs, you could take one of my pop songs and turn it into a country song because it tells a story. Mm-hmm. So I feel like I've always been true to who I am in telling a story. So, it wasn't that far-fetched for me to just kind of jump into the country world. And that's where I feel at home, to be honest with you.
So when you first started, obviously, like you said, you were pop. Why did you, if with that being said, about the country stuff, why did you go the pop route?
Well, because I was in LA, and any producer that I spoke to and worked with, that's kind of what they were doing. So it wasn't like there was a lot of country producers out in LA.
Yeah.
I mean, country musicians would come out here, I'm sure, record out here, but they probably would bring their people, their engineers out here to do it. Mm-hmm. Now I feel like there's such a crossover with all genres right now. So I feel like you could kind of live anywhere or go anywhere and still make your music, whether you're a country artist, a rock artist, a pop artist, a rap artist. It doesn't really matter, because everything is, there's these, what was I saying? Crossovers right now, which I think is amazing. And I love it when I hear like a country artist working with a rap artist. I think it's the best.
It really is. Yeah. Or when and this happened back in the 90s. It hasn't happened too much now. Or when like a country, artist, covers an R&B song, or, does that kind of stuff. I love that kind of stuff. It really kind of, it really does bring out a lot. I mean, I remember one of my favorite bands is more of like a Southern rock band. They had a song, and they put the song out on their album, and it didn't do so well. So then they went, one of their big friends, country artists, came up to them and said, hey, can we have this song, and we're going to see if we can make it work on the countryside. And they did. Mm-hmm. And that band was Florida Georgia Line. And their first song that went huge was now I can't think of the song. Stay. Was actually a cover song of a rock song.
That's amazing.
It really is. So the name of that band is Blackstone Cherry. They're a Kentucky. Yeah. So Blackstone Cherry did Stay first. And then but they're good friends with the Florida Georgia Line, and they let them use it. And Florida Georgia Line blew it out of the water. Yeah. And that's what kind of put them on the map. And, that a lot of that kind of stuff happens these days. And it's really great to see, I love being able to talk to people about music, and, being able to be on the same page, and just, have that, appreciation on so many levels, not just from me, but from the artist as well. A lot of, back in the day, I would say, there was so much feuding, or rap's better than rock, or rock's better than rap, or God, country sucks. And everyone would say that, or whatever the case might be.
Right.
And it was all this allegiance of, this is my music genre and nothing else matters. But now it's come along such a long way. And, just that appreciation. I mean, what was it? There's here's a good example. Post Malone. Okay.
Love him.
Post Malone is fantastic. So do I. And I'm a rock guy. I love Post Malone. But, hearing about his story, that back in high school and even into college, this dude was in a metal band for the majority of his life. And then he started doing rap, and he kind of started, but then his last album, he came out and he collaborated with Ozzy Osbourne.
I know.
And now that song has a super huge crossover, and it's even getting played on the rock stations on Sirius XM.
Right.
That's unheard of. So, I mean, I've got nothing but love for a lot of these guys. And it's amazing to see what music has become, especially in the last 20 years.
I agree.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. So talk to me about pending everything being good to go. Let's say everything wipes off the map tomorrow. Are you planning anything for the fall or for the winter, or are you just kind of seeing what happens?
Well, I'm gonna release this new music. So I'm just kind of getting all my ducks in a row, as you might say. Like you were saying, the video that someone shot, and it was just like only a couple people. Well, I've been doing little stuff like that. Like I finally actually did like a shoot a few days ago, but it was only like a couple of us on set. We had our masks, but I was able to get, content, which I needed. Since we've been in, with this whole pandemic, I haven't been able to do anything. So, now that I've realized I can do little things like that, I'm going to continue doing that kind of stuff right now.
Okay. So you're not planning any tours or any, live shows or anything like that?
I would love to do some live shows as long as things start opening up. I mean, right now I can tell you, like, I know LA, there's nothing. I was just talking to one of my girlfriends in Nashville, and she said a lot of stuff they're not opening there either. So I don't think they're doing like live shows right now.
Yeah. I mean, I'm in Virginia and we're supposedly going into phase 3 on Wednesday, right before the 4th. And phase 3 is 75% capacity at restaurants and bars, and no gatherings of more than 250 people. Right. However, we still have a government executive order from our governor stating that you cannot enter into any building at all without a mask on. So I'm kind of curious to see how we manage that, because other states have not managed so far. So we'll kind of see how that goes, because I actually have on July 25th a comedy show that I'm doing. Luckily, it's a small brewery. We can't fit more than 25, 30 people in there. So I'm happy about that. But
that's great though. I mean, if I could find venues where I could even do that, I totally would.
Well,
but right now there hasn't really been anything.
Yeah. So I'm hoping that still goes according to plan. Because also this brewery is making the Suck It IPA. So we're getting our own beer. So that's awesome.
Amazing. That's amazing.
Only available here in Northern Virginia, but still I get my own beer. That's
it's
awesome.
So cool. Yeah.
It is. So it's gonna be me and a few other comics, doing about an hour-long set. So I'm kind of excited about that, but I'm keeping my excitement at bay until like the day before, because you never know what's gonna happen.
No, I agree with you. Like I said, in LA right now, just actually in the state of California, they're actually starting to shut things down again.
Yeah,
because of the cases. So
my co-host who joins me a couple days a week, she actually lives in LA as well. She's a musician and she's in a few bands. She's in a cover band and she has her own band as well. And she's itching. She's got that itch, and all she wants to talk about is doing this and doing that. I mean, they're putting together a new album right now that again is socially distanced. Yeah. One at a time. So it's just the producer and then sound room. That's it. That's it. Just music. And they're even going in there separately. They're not even listening into it together. So hopefully that works out for her and everything like that. But it's just a crazy, crazy time. But at the same time, I think it's never been a better time to be alive, because it's giving us fuel to be united, I think, but it's also at the same time giving us motivation to push forward.
I agree. And we're figuring out new ways to do things.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah.
Things are not going to be done the way that they were before. So, why not get creative and figure out different ways? And to be honest with you, technology is kind of I'm not great with it. And it's forcing me to understand it more and get with the times with it. And, this is the world right now. We have to figure it out, and we got to move with the times, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. And there is so much technology out there. I mean, just for me to get ready for this interview today, I put together, the calendar graphics, and then I put together, just the announcing of just you for today. And then I put another one together 2 hours ago saying, hey, it's countdown time. We're almost there. And then I got to post it to Facebook. Then I got to post it to Twitter. And then I got to post it to Instagram. And then I got to post it on TikTok. And it's just like, it's crazy.
It's a lot.
Yeah. But also at the same wavelength of that, coming from me being a podcaster, I get to wake up, Thursday morning, Wednesday morning after this is live for 24 hours tomorrow, and see, 6,000-7,000 hits. And I love that. But at the same time, I've been watching, my viewer count be 10 right now. So it's like, I can get all these views or listens in the car, on your phone, listening to a podcast, but I can't translate that to a live broadcast. So it's like, there's so much stuff going on in the world, and trying to get to that point again, there's a lot to understand, a lot to do. And it's just, whether it's a podcast, whether it's a country music artist or a rapper or a comedian, if we've got to be up with the times. Otherwise we're going to fall flat.
You're right. 100%. We all, knowledge is power. That's what I say. And it's true, because the more you know, the more you can do. Right.
Exactly. And, Walt Disney said it best, keep moving forward, and that's it. I mean, and that's how I, view this show. That's how I view my comedy. That's how I view my voiceover work that I do. I mean, all this stuff that I do, it's just keep moving forward.
And that's all we can do.
Exactly. I appreciate you so much. You have, you along with Josh Gallagher have opened my eyes back up to the music world of country. And so I appreciate both of y'all. I've been rocking his track for the last his album for the last month. It's so weird to be rolling down the road, and all of a sudden, my songs will go from like Volbeat and, Avenged Sevenfold and Metallica, and then all of a sudden Josh Gallagher. So now I need to add you onto my my list, because I'm digging what you're doing.
Add me. I love
Absolutely.
It. Thank you. That makes me smile.
No, thank you for taking time out of your day. I hope that you and your family, survive this ridiculousness, and you come out even stronger on the other side.
Thank you. Same to you. Same to you. Thanks again for having me on. Appreciate it.
It was all my pleasure. I appreciate you. Well, you have a wonderful rest of your day, and we'll talk again soon. Okay.
Sounds good. Thank you again.
Thank you. Bye-bye now.
Bye. Bye.
Holy shit, guys. What a cool lady. Man, that was a great interview, and I'm so happy to have had that opportunity to talk to her. She was really, really, really cool. I'm glad I got the chance to talk to her. So, how can we buy Kimberly's music? All right. So her music is available on Amazon. It's also available on Spotify and everywhere else too. So I would definitely go check that out. It's available for download or purchase on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon. So definitely go and check out her music. She's quite an awesome chick. All right. With that being said, let's take a quick commercial break. Guys, I'm here to tell you all about the brand new revolutionary product from Manscaping today, the Lawnmower 3.0, a product that will not nick your sack and make sure that your manhood stays protected the entire time you are shaving. So do yourself a favor and go to manscaped.com and use promo code ShutUpCameron for 20% off the Perfect Package 3.0, which not only includes the Lawnmower 3.0, but it also includes Ball Toner, which helps prevent ingrown hairs. You get Ball Deodorant, which helps prevent chafing and man stank. You also get this awesome, sleek, stylish leather carrying case, all for $99.99. And when you use that promo code, you get 20% off. Also just released the Weed Whacker, the perfect nose and ear hair trimmer. So again, go to manscaped.com, use promo code ShutUpCameron for 20% off. Trust me, your balls will thank you. And guys, just to let you know, for everyone that's on the Twitch chat right now, and for everyone that's on Twitch right now, Friday. I announced this at the beginning of the show, but I'm announcing again. We're giving away that Perfect Package 3.0 on the show live. So anyone who comments or follows or subscribes on Friday will go into a randomizer at the end of the show, and I'll announce it live on the air and try to give that away. at my expense. So, I'm really, really proud of the manscaping products. I use them daily. So I'm giving away that for free on Friday's show. So again, if you're watching us on Facebook or anything else like that, sorry, you're not eligible. You need to be on Twitch, and I will, turn off my Facebook comments, and only Twitch comments will happen on Friday. But then on Monday, we're on live on Twitch only anyway. So for those of you who are listening tomorrow morning on the podcast on the way to work, check us out Friday night. Get your opportunity to win a Manscaped Perfect Package 3.0. And now one more commercial. Guys, ever wonder how I get this manly beard looking so good? It's all because of Viking Revolution. And at Viking Revolution, not only can you get some great beard balms, but you can also get some great beard oils, as well as some awesome quick shower pads, which helps prevent you stanking up after the gym. Also, these great wet wipes, which help prevent, stanky after going doo-doo. And also some pomades and some other great products, all at Viking Revolution. So do yourself a favor, go to dcproductions.com/sponsors, click on the banner, and get yourself some of these great products. Viking Revolution. Join the revolution. Absolutely. I use Viking Revolution every day. That keeps this manliness, looking good. But anyway, so what a great night. Man, Kimberly was amazing. Just simply amazing. And then tomorrow night, like I said earlier, we've got rapper, and he also has a rock band as well. Rapper Chef Sean will be on. Then Wednesday, rapper John Doe will be on. And then Thursday and Friday, we've got a doubleheader from the new movie Mighty Oak. Father and daughter on the movie, not in real life. Gianna Harris will be on Thursday. And then the guy who plays her father, Rodney Hicks, is on Friday. So Gianna's Thursday, Rodney Hicks is on Friday. So that's going to be a fun time. Nicole will be back next week. She's having fun in Vegas. Hopefully she's not going to get COVID while she's out there. Hey, Silver Queens, how are you? So anyway, to go ahead and close out the show this evening, let's go ahead and talk about a little bit of mental health stuff. So my mental health quote of the day is: hope is being able to see that there is light despite all the darkness. I'm going to say that for you again, because this is so freaking true. Hope is being able to see that there is light despite all the darkness. In these days and times, that right there makes all the sense in the world. We've got to make sure that we are, we're waking up in the mornings and we're not turning on Facebook, we're not turning on the news and seeing, riots or, this or that. We've got to make sure that we're living to be alive, not living to watch shit happen. There's so much crap going on in the world today, and whether you are bipolar like I am, whether you have mental illness at all like I do, or you're just, your average Joe learning how to cope with today, making sure that you can see the light, even though you're clouded by your judgment of the bullshit that you see on the TV or on this, this little Twitter machine. It can't be what makes you or breaks you. No, this up here is what makes you or breaks you. This right here is what makes you or breaks you. Not this. Not what's going on outside those doors. What's going on outside those doors, you need to be supportive of, and, making sure that you are there for the people that need you. And you need to be 100% up here in order to be able to do that. So when I, wake up every day knowing that I'm bipolar, knowing that I have mental illness, I need to make sure that the ones I care about, the ones I love, and the ones I support, have the best Derek I can be every fucking day. I can't be that if I'm not, if I don't see the light at the end of the tunnel, So if I've had a bad day at work, or if I've had a stressful weekend, from preparing for this podcast and, getting ready for all the different shit that I have to do for the week on this, because I work basically 3 full-time jobs, in order to do the stuff that I'm being able to love. I have to go to my day job every day. And then I come home and I work on this podcast. And on the weekends, I do voiceover work and, I submit all that kind of stuff. And it's very traumatic sometimes. But at the same time, I know that I'm doing it because I love it. And at the same time, I know that I'm doing it for the better good. Because my family that, upstairs right now, that's leaving me alone in my studio, that depends on me, gets the best me. Straight up, that's how it is. Now, that's all I got to say about that. On to some funny shit real quick, and then we're going to go ahead and cut it off for the evening. So, guys, yesterday or Saturday, I can't remember which day it was, there was a huge news article that came out talking about how the governor of Mississippi, I believe it was, is going to take the Confederate flag out of the flag. So they're going to redo their flag. And everybody's up in arms. Same thing that they were doing a couple weeks back when Pelosi said, no more Confederate generals or Confederate people, in the hallways of the Capitol building. So all these people became up in arms, got crazy. They did it over the weekend as well. And they said, you're erasing history. You can't erase history. It's part of who we are as America, blah, 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 blah. Wow, you guys are 110% right. Here's my thoughts on this. The Confederacy lasted 4 years. Right, where's my camera? 4 years. 4 years. So if we're basing our American history off of time frames and how long things lasted, then The Simpsons has more historical, impact and historical, fact on America than the Confederacy. Married with Children had a bigger impact on historical fact than the Confederacy. How I Met Your Mother, Friends, gay marriage. Fucking gay marriage has been around longer and legal in this country than the Confederacy. So to all of you people, and I'm sure none of you people that are watching this right now are the ones saying this, and I appreciate that. But those things, gay marriage, The Simpsons, How I Met Your Mother, the Friends, Scrubs, all these things that have had a bigger significant impact based on time frames. Now, again, time frames, not the shaping of America. I'm not talking about that. But if you're talking about, that, you've got to talk about time frames. And if the Confederacy only lasted 4 years and you're bitching about that, it explains why people were so up in arms when fucking, Netflix took, Friends off the air and then put it on HBO Max because AT&T said so. So, if you're that upset about that, I can explain why people are so fucking upset about Friends moving to fucking HBO Max. So I get it. But if you're one of the ones that are trolling the fucking internet, going online, going on Twitter, going on fucking Facebook or TikTok or Instagram or whatever social media you want to fucking go on, talking about how, that's ruining America. No, motherfuckers. The Confederacy almost ruined America. It almost divided us in half. And it divided us based off of, there were some other things involved, but it almost divided us because of slavery. And if you're standing up for that, then you're on the wrong side of the fucking fence. And it's no wonder that the whole crap that's going on right now with, Black Lives Matter is still continuing because people like you are fighting the wrong fight. We have to be unified. Does the Confederacy matter? Yes, because it's a huge part of our history that we learned from. We learned what not to do. We learned what makes this country great. And that's being unified under one, thought. And that's one thought is being Americans. being human beings. Doesn't matter what color you are, doesn't matter what race you are, doesn't matter what religion you are, or anything else like that. Enough of this, we're a Christian country based on Christian values. That's bullshit. We're not. We are an American country based on human principles. And that's how we need to think. So again, get upset about, the Confederacy, that's fine. I get that. But at the same time, you're on the wrong side of the fight. You need to be we all need to be unified in this. It's the only way we're going to have change. It's the only way we're going to have change. And if you don't see that, then we're never going to be right. The rioting, the protests, everything is still going to continue. It's not right. I heard there's been many of my black friends and many black people on the internet and all this other stuff right now that have said that they have seen an uprising of whites and other cultures more than ever before to stand up for this Black Lives Movement. And I commend that. And the fact that other races, the people that are, at the center of it all are recognizing that only means that we're moving in the right direction. However, there are many, many trolls and many, many assholes out there that are still trying to hinder that fight. Well, we're in an election year. Now's the fucking time to do it. But, does our vote really matter? I don't fucking know. But anyway, either way, our voices need to be heard. And if we sit here and stay quiet and don't say anything the entire time, or go on the fucking internet and troll, there's this asshole that I'm friends with, and I still cannot believe I'm friends with this guy on Facebook. Now, I'm not friends with him. I'm just friends with him on Facebook because I like to watch what he does because he's fucking troll, and it really irritates me, but it also makes me laugh at the same time that people actually buy his bullshit. But he posted today about how the whole bullshit about over the weekend or whatever day it was, Biden saying, 120 million lives were lost because of COVID. But then he immediately took it back and said 120,000. But all the Republicans are grasping onto the 120 million. Where's these numbers? Where are these numbers? Dude, that's not, he said it, but he corrected himself. He even said, I'm sorry, I was wrong. And immediately corrected himself. I'm not either way on, I'm not a Biden fan, but at the same time, we're not going to go into politics, but either way, facts are facts. And he started talking about where are these numbers? But then this is also the same asshole that talks about how he posted a fucking statute from the state of Florida on his Facebook, talking about how it's illegal to make people wear masks in public and how you're not allowed to wear masks in public and blah, 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 blah. Dude, Florida just had 10,000 new fucking cases of coronavirus in one day, a record-setting day. One fucking day, Florida, 10,000 cases. And you want to bitch that, wearing a mask is infringing upon your rights? Okay, dude. Go outside, don't social distance, and don't wear a fucking mask. Watch what happens. They say they're trying to control us by, wearing the masks. What exactly are they trying to control? Seeing our faces in public because we're too fucking ugly? Okay, that's their loss because I am a fucking gorgeous human being, and I know that I get to come online every fucking night and talk to my Twitch people and post my pretty face on fucking, Instagram and Facebook. And I know that people get to love the beautiness that is this. So if people at Walmart or anywhere else that I go and, or, the bar up the road or whatever the case might be, don't get to see this beautiful face, that's fine because I know that you guys get to love it. And I appreciate that. But either way, they're not. I'm letting trolls get the best of me, and I promised myself I wouldn't let that fucking happen, but I fucking did, and now I've made myself all fucking up in arms. I need a beer. Great Sofa, what are we drinking tonight? Because I need a fucking beer. Yeah. So I'm gonna leave you guys with this. Again, hope is being able to see that there is light despite all the darkness. And right now, guys, there is a shit ton of darkness. But again, whether you're bipolar like me, have mental health issues like I do, or whether you're just your average Joe, don't let the trolls, don't let the politics, don't let, the crap that goes on in this world today stand in your way of making sure that you see the light and you take care of yourself and your family. Nothing else matters in this world more than you. Yes, Black Lives Matter. Yes, LGBTQ rights matter. Yes, Me Too and speak out or whatever it's called now, matters. But none of that will matter if you aren't around to help support it. Exactly. Don't feed the monster. Gray Sofa said it best. Don't feed the monster. But we, the people, matter. You, the listeners, the viewers, matter. And now they'll say it like that. And by the way, fuck the trolls. I love each and everybody, each and every one of you guys. You guys are amazing. Please come back tomorrow. Check us out again, 8 p.m. East, 5 p.m. West, with our guest rapper Chef Sean. Be another great fucking evening, another great conversation. And then don't forget Friday on Twitch only. So those of you watching us on Facebook, you got to hop over to Twitch, live on Twitch only. In the comments, you need to comment, you need to like, you need to subscribe, whatever the case might be. You don't have to do it all. You just have to do one of the three things, and you'll be put into a randomizer at the end of the show, and you will be entered to win a Manscaped Perfect Package 3.0, which includes the Lawnmower 3.0, the ball toner, the ball deodorant, and a really cool, sleek, stylish leather carrying case. A $99 value, yours for free. So, guys, again, I appreciate you guys. Love and respect each and every one of you. I will see you back tomorrow. Same Twitch time, same Twitch channel. And if you're listening to me on tomorrow morning on the way to work on your podcast, I appreciate you guys too. Thanks, guys. Much love. Peace.